again, my friends, carrying on with this short video series that I'm calling Conflict and Curiosity. In the first section, we took a look at what I believe to be two essential qualities for conflict resolution. Conflict resolution on a superficial level is just reduction of tension, getting by. On a deeper level, it is what I believe we all strive for, which is peace. I suggested that two essential qualities that we must cultivate. One is, like the Hippocratic Oath, to first do no harm, is a vow of nonviolence in all our dealings. And secondly, to cultivate the quality of empathy, a genuine curiosity of another person's experience. When we are dealing with those whose opinions we despise, and I'm sure we won't have to look far to find at least one example in our lives, we, I believe, need a quality of sincerity. Anybody that's ever hung out with me knows that I love word derivation, to find out the origin of words that we commonly use. I believe there's much hidden wisdom embedded within this. So in looking up sincerity, I found the Latin word sincera, without wax. I had to ask, what's that about? So after a little more digging, I discovered that in Roman times, commodities traders, people selling, rice, barley, grains of different sorts, what have you, would sometimes cheat their customers by hollowing out the bottoms of standardized lead weights, filling them with molten wax, and then resealing it with lead. So common did this practice become that those that were treating their customers fairly became known as the sincera. So sincerity, my friends, then is to truly give an honest measure of yourself. An example of this for me would be coming face to face with my own egomania, a certain egocentric righteousness, which is just our natural tendency to feel that we are in possession of the truth, the only right way to view things. It's compelling, isn't it? Yet, it's extremely limiting. So again, this honest measure of ourself sees that we have this tendency, even if on another level we recognize it doesn't serve the greater good. Another way of putting it, that is working towards the common good, is ethical reasoning. And I can pretty much guarantee you, my friends, if you're in a vehement disagreement, face-to-face, online, over the phone, what have you, that both parties are for sure not coming from a point of view of ethical reasoning. And developing this quality of ethical reasoning, as we've already examined, is also important because of our strong tendencies towards prejudice, egotism, self-justification, and self-deception. I think it's very important in understanding and having any hope for true peace in our disagreements with folks, to understand where our reasoning's coming from and what type of reasoning they're coming from. Some examples of different sorts of reasoning would be legal reasoning, conventional reasoning. Conventional reasoning often takes the form of ideology, political ideology, or other hot-button topics. I'm sure you can find some in your life. Vegetarianism, or being an omnivore, pro-life, pro-choice, water protectors or pipelines, Republican or Democrat. Pick a topic, you'll find it. Another hot-button form of reasoning is religious reasoning. Religious reasoning, I'll give a personal example. In my entire adult life, upon meeting someone who describes themselves as devout, I don't think I've ever come across anyone who shows any genuine curiosity of my experience of the divine upon finding that I'm not part of their doctrinal team. There is just an immediate filing into boxes and categories. It shuts down meaningful discussion. It's a shame, really. So, coming back to what I believe is essential now, that is developing this capacity for ethical reasoning, we need to make a further and very important distinction. And this distinction is to distinguish between a reaction and a response. A reaction is an unconscious behavior in which we dramatically play out our emotions into the world. It is an effort to defend ourselves or attack another. The nature of all reaction is blame or revenge. Response, on the other hand, is a conscious choice to constructively internalize our energy and use it to integrate and liberate our unconsciousness. The theme of all response is, well, responsibility. In our next chat together, I'm going to reflect on how to cultivate responsibility through a compassionate practice of stillness and self-reflection. Until such time, stay sharp, be strong. All the best, my friends.